I am your DM Bonny, and I'm glad to see you found your way back to Pokemon Cross D&D, a series where we'll explore story through character design pulling from two of my favorite obsessions. However, you must be wary, traveler, as there are spoilers ahead, so be sure to check out last week's session to get caught up on all the lore. It had been several months now since Curtis and company escaped their encounter of Cantona's princess and her retainer. The party found themselves on wanted posters across the region and were forced into hiding as they continued their journey to uncover the secrets of Jirachi. After she had used her magic power to answer Curtis's wish to protect the party, Jirachi fell into a slumber in the crystal orb. Currently, the party of Curtis, Zasha, and Sababel were trekking through the forest outside of Celadonia City. Rumors of an illustrious witch named Tasha claimed she lived in the forest, and the party needed answers on Jirachi. Despite rumors of a growing darkness in the woodlands, the party ventured deeper, and uneasiness set in quickly. The trees and their branches were swaying like arms reaching to grab the party as whispers and murmurs traveled on the wind. Curiously, the gang could see their breath as the air got colder, and the canopies above seemingly started to shift and block already what little light was breaking through. "Brace yourselves," whispered Zasha to the team. "Something's coming." Demogorgon, the Prince of Demons. An entity summoned from the abyss, Demogorgon had been feeding on unsuspecting adventurers and fauna of Celadonia Forest, growing in strength as the darkness that overtook the region fueled its lust for power. Its startling beastly visage undermines the creature's incredibly gifted mind for magic. Two heads are better than one, and with gnarly jaws on both, their teeth can tear through flesh and bone easily. Demogorgon also has incredible control of tendrils that can both mutilate and ensnare victims at quite some range. Even still, its mastery of black magic is its greatest asset, both harnessing it for attack and defensive capabilities. Demogorgon, two parts of one whole, is an agent of great power and vile intent that has garnered several bounties and has become subject to tall tales for a short time now. While countless heroes have entered its space, barely any had returned, with those that did were unable to speak from surviving the traumatizing event. It seems only a hero with the power to smite the darkness could tame such a beast. Let's take a brief moment to rest here, traveler. Here's this week's quest board, which has an all-new question of the day. Be sure to respond in the comments below. A great foe born of pure darkness stands before the party. Which Pokemon in your team has the purifying power to smite the foe as the paladin? A beast as gruesome as the roars that sounded from its two heads shook the area around the heroes. In its eyes, it had the understanding of a being of great wisdom and intelligence. One head snarled and the other smiled largely, flashing teeth stained by blood. "We move in formation," shouted Zasha. Sababel leapt from a blind spot, slashing the back of the Demogorgon. Saba laughed as blood trickled and vanished within thin air. Zasha dashed forward, swinging her blade and landing a slash on the creature's chest. Curtis, now at a distance, raised his bone club and shot out a firebolt, hitting the creature in its open wound. The party had been training together for some time now, and the results were evident. The creature smiled as its wounds began to heal rapidly. The party and the Demogorgon continued to battle for some time, but the Prince of Darkness weathered through as the heroes began to show exhaustion. Zasha began to reach for her rusty blade when a mass of thorny vines ruptured through the ground, ensnaring the Demogorgon in place. "The hand of Xerneas smites you!" Chester Nottingham, the Mountain Unbreakable. A giant of a man from a far-off region, Chester is a paladin of few words who believes his pious actions should do all the talking. Having been trained by monks from a young age, Chester's physical and mental resolve have been heightened to their absolute limit to fulfill his oath to the god of life, Xerneas. Chester is a man who strives to be of service to anyone that comes his way, especially those who are too weak to find justice for themselves. His holy symbol is that of a sacred bell that rings to deafen dark hearts. Chester's large shield is able to block almost any attack, and is an extension of his will to protect the innocent. This gentle giant finds great reward and joy in serving those around him, and will stop at nothing to fill the world with Xerneas' warm and healing light. A firm believer in trusting his actions to make a difference in the world, Chester has been moving throughout Cantona to hunt the dark entities rising all around the region. eradicating their presence with extreme prejudice. Chester held out his bronze bell, swaying it towards the Demogorgon. All of the previous injuries that had been healing seemed to come undone, and the paladin's expression became heavy.
I'm sorry you were born into this world with darkness, but rest easy as you will be embraced in death by light.
After the smoke cleared, Curtis fell to his knees, fatigued by the battle. Saba tended to him as Zasha extended her hand out to the burly man. "Thank you," she said quickly.
I'm just glad I made it on time. But tell me, what is your lot doing in such dangerous grounds?
After a short exchange, it was settled.
I'll be joining you in search for this Tasha.
What now?
Grunted Saba.
Obliterate!
Thank you, Traveler, for joining me on today's adventure. Be sure to complete all of your tasks on the quest board before we set out on our next session. I've been Bonnie, your DM and artist. Until next time, safe travels, Traveler.